Hey, this is the Corey Maselli Show, brought to you by Rap Feed Radio and Squat Life. I'm with my sexy Viking co-host, Matthias Bergstrom Anderson. We've got a kick-ass, really awesome guest today, Levar Fisher, NFL veteran, former ACC Player of the Year, outstanding father, and just been a really cool friend I had a chance to meet, I don't know, 10 years ago or so. Big Fish, want to say what's up to the clan?
Hey guys, how you guys doing, man? Thanks for having me.
Oh, man, thank you. Um, well, I'll tell you what, let me check my memory here, Fish. You were second round draft pick, correct?
Yes, sir.
By the Arizona Cardinals. That means you probably were automatic. You probably showed up to high school and immediately became an all-state player. It was an easy path, right?
No, man. You know, I come from a small high school, bro. Come from a small high school. Yeah, I was the first one in probably 30 years to get a football scholarship. So, yeah, high school wasn't that good. Nobody was really recruiting down there. So I had to I had to really hit people hard to get everybody's attention.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I remember a while back you shared a story. I don't
Mm.
remember the details of it, but I would like you to get into it. There was some, more or less, bottom line sounded to me like you were kind of being bullied in school. Some kids were like, "Man, Levar, you ain't gonna be jack nothing. You ain't gonna
Oh
play
yeah.
football, this or that." You went home and like had a conversation with your father and
Hmm.
take it over from there.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I remember ninth grade, bro. I came out, I'm just walking. Um, I'm walking from practice with a couple of friends, man. And you know how kids think, just talking and dreaming, and I'm gonna do this, and my house is gonna look like this. And I remember telling guys, I was like, man, I can't wait to go to the NFL. And at the time I'm this chubby kid. I'm not even starting on the football team. Uh, and I remember this guy, man. This guy came out of nowhere laughing. The team clown, I guess. Making everybody's laugh, man. And this dude is like, man, you fat, you slow, you weak. You're not, dude. NFL, and he's like, I mean, I'm looking around, and even my friends, bro. Everybody surrounding me. Everybody's laughing. I still can see it to this day. And my heart was broke, bro. And I remember going home, man, and I'm just, my dad is home. He's working 16, 18 hours a day, man. And I come home and I'm just damn near just in tears. Um, and he looks at me and he's like, basically, what the hell is going on with you? And I remember sitting down and I'm like, just telling him everything that's happening. And he just looks at me, man, like, yeah, he gave me that look, like kind of like I look at my daughters now when they think the world is just so harsh because maybe something is going, like the little things are going on. And he said, hey, my dad was like, it's simple, son. All those people laughing at you, you're gonna prove them all right one day, or you're gonna prove them all wrong. And that's the choice you have to make. And it was so simple, man, but so insightful. And I'm telling you, bro, it changed my life, man. They call me weak, bro. I started doing push-ups every night. I'm trying to get as strong as possible. They call me slow, man. I'm out there running my ass off. I'm doing everything to get faster. They call me all kind of things where everything they said about me, I just was working on it, man. And by the time I was a sophomore, man, I'm hitting people so hard on that football field. I'm being looked at by pretty much everybody. Then a junior year, I remember it was a North Carolina Tar Heels camp. And after that, it was over because I came in there ripped up, man. I came in there fast, came ready because I knew it was always somebody working harder. I don't care how hard you're working, somebody is working harder. And that was my mindset in high school. And I was working my ass off. And I remember going to that camp, bro. And at the time, Coach Mac Brown was the coach. He's back now, which is crazy because he had left to go to Texas. But he was there, and I remember, man, they got all my information. This dude was calling my father. I mean, I'm a junior in high school getting recruited by North Carolina Tar Heels, who were always in the ACC championship. This dude calling my dad, talking about fishing. And I just felt like I made it, man. And I kept working harder and harder until I got everybody's attention, man. I mean, you see the high school football games, everybody's looking ready for me to put on a show. And it felt great, bro. So
yeah, I believe
you just never let anybody tell you, man, what you can't do, what you can't achieve, man.
Let me throw this at you, Fish. That the theme of our show is overcoming everything, man. Always step up, be the best human being you can be, regardless of what kind of path you've had in the past. You always got the rest of the day ahead of you. And like a common theme is like the power of words. What you just gave us two good examples of the power of words. Well, really three things, and the power of beliefs. Whether it's a valid belief or an invalid belief, it's going to be powerful based on your psyche. And then in your case, man, I mean, you had obviously a wonderful father who cared about his family. A lot of kids out there, they don't have that father at home. So I say as adult males, it is our responsibility to be that father figure whenever possible. So take that and run with it, Fish. What you got to say about it?
No, hey, bro, being a speaker, man, traveling and speaking to these young people, they let the social media dictate, how they feel or what they're going to do and how they're going to do it, instead of just, you know what, man, understanding that daydream, that dream you're having all the time, man, that's coming from somewhere. Whether you believe in God, whether you believe in the universe, whether you believe in whatever, that dream you're having, bro, is being given to you. And just you. Meaning you can achieve that thing, bro. That thing has been given just to you. That idea, that want to has been given just to you. You take that and run with it, man. You got to take steps towards it. Believing in yourself, man. I have these every morning I start playing these motivational things. It's like skits. It's like talking about a lion, talking about consistency. And the whole theme for like 3 minutes is all about consistency, all about being that lion, all about being strong, never giving up. All these things, man. It's, bro, when you have something in your mind that you're gonna achieve, you get tunnel vision and you will it. You will it, man. You give everything you got. And even if you come up just a little bit short, bro, look how far you came. So I tell, man, young people all the time, man, you give everything you got. You don't listen to everybody else. You don't let your present circumstance dictate where you're going to go. The hell that your family didn't go to college. That has nothing to do with you. You dictate what you want to do, man. You give everything you got and you let the cards fall where they may. And it's true, bro. Some people are given terrible circumstances, but you cannot let that hold you back. You got to keep going and giving everything you got, man. And you see where it goes. Hey, it's hard. It's easier said than done. So yeah, I achieved it, but there's so many people out here that, hey, circumstances dictate where they go. But man, you always, bro, give everything you got, and you just go from there, man. See where things line up.
That's what's up. Hey, I remember you telling me about your first ESPN highlight hit. You want to tell the audience about it?
Oh man, bro, you sound like you're trying to pick at me, man.
No.
Hey, bro, I was so hyped up, man. I remember being hyped up, bro, for the game. I think it was playing Green Bay, man. It was just, God, I was so hyped up, man. I remember my girlfriend was in the stands, man. Everybody from home is watching this game, and I'm pumped up. I'm knocking somebody out, bro. We had, I remember being on, when you're the rookie, you do everything. And I was on the kickoff team. Get out there on the kickoff team, bro. I'm pumped up. I'm all shined up, got oil on my arms. So I'm popping on TV. I am ready, bro. And bro, everybody's screaming, yelling. I remember like in my mind, I'm like, I'm making this ESPN highlight. I'm knocking somebody out. The first play, that whistle blew, pow! I took off running, man. Yo, I had to be the first guy down there, man. And I ran up against the wedge, bro. That's the three big boys. And I'm like, I didn't care. I'm like, I'm knocking somebody out. And I ran, and I mean that wedge, hit that wedge so hard. Boom! And I'm telling you, bro, next thing I remember, man, is like dude is holding up three fingers, like, hey, you waving three fingers, you okay? Hey, I mean, whistling, snapping, doing everything, man. And I'm like, God, dog, like what? Bro, them
Where am
dudes
I?
knocked me out. I got knocked completely out the first game, man. And I'm telling you, it's like almost like I just woke up on the sidelines because I didn't remember anything. And I remember they played it back, bro. And you just see me get hit and body just goes limp in the air, man. And I remember they kept playing it on ESPN. So I
You did.
definitely made the ESPN highlight.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I want
Yeah.
to touch on this too. Like people,
Yeah.
can you help someone understand like the level of force, power, and violence that takes place on that NFL field, man? I don't think the average spectator has no clue, and it might even be hard to put it in words. You did a good job right there, but
Yeah.
man, that ain't no joke out there, man. It's some banging going on that I don't know people really comprehend. If you could like maybe share a couple stories about that, what your body has had to go through, if you got any like bumps and bruises to this day, that sort of thing.
Oh man, look, bro, I am 13 surgeries in, man. So I got my bumps and bruises, but it's like the adrenaline, man. People around here now, man, like that adrenaline kicks in, and you just don't feel much. That's kind of how it is on the football field. And you're taking hits that in a normal day you would be like, I mean, you would just fold to your knees, but that adrenaline is moving so much in your body, you really don't feel much. But I'm telling you, man, I've been hit, bro. Like look, I don't know how many freaking concussions I've probably had in my life. I don't know.
Right.
It's hard to know. You play through most of them. But I remember, I mean, just because he's a big name and people know him. Terrell Owens, bro. Terrell Owens hit me so hard one time, man. Like I didn't see him. Like all I remember is the running back. They did a sweep. Terrell Owens is at the wide receiver, and they did a sweep, man. And I'm running, bro. All I have is my eyes locked on this running back, and I'm going towards this running back, and Terrell Owens hit me so hard, man. Like, yeah, I mean, bro, it's like you get hit, and my body hit the ground, and that adrenaline is doing so much. I literally just, bounced off the ground, bro, without even putting a hand on the ground. Like he hit me
Right.
so hard. And
I hear
I
you.
hit the ground, pop back up, you keep running. But when you look at the film, you're like, good Lord, I don't even know how I did that.
Right.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, bro, that adrenaline, man, the hits, you don't, man, with the crowd yelling and the ego involved and the adrenaline, man, you really don't feel it until after the game. That's when you like, you're sore for days and days. And when you're that young, your body recovers. And plus, when you're at that level, man, they got hot tubs, cold tubs, stem machines, everything to get the blood flowing in the body. That's the key to healing. You got to keep that blood flow,
Ain't no doubt about that. I'll share a quick story with you, Fish, just to your point about the adrenaline. I remember last game of my senior year up at Northern Illinois University, a couple weeks prior to that, coach pulled me to the side and said, man, things are looking good. You keep this up, you're on your path, man, you'll be playing on Sunday's core. So a couple games later, bow, freaking blow up my freaking patellar tendon, complete kneecap rupture. But to your point, how the adrenaline takes over, I keep trying to stand up. I'm like, boom, I got this. We'll shake it off. Stand up, bang, knee collapses. Stand up, bang, knee collapses. My center runs over, freaking holds me down. Like I see tears out of his eyes. Like, what's the problem? He's like, don't move. So long story short, that's a devastating injury. I heard it snap, sound like a telephone pole snapping. I swear to you, I don't recall feeling any pain. I just wanted to get, maybe a little bit. I can shake this off and keep moving. They hauled me off the field at the time. We're talking like end of the third quarter, a ball out game. And my blood pressure is 120 over 80, and my heart rate is like 64. Like that adrenaline took over. I'm just like a calm state of mind, dealing with like a devastating injury. So, don't know how relevant that is, but just to your point, how that state of mind is so much different out there.
Yeah, man. I mean, in my last college game, bro, I made a tackle when I think second quarter. I make a tackle. One of my own teammates came in and hit my forearm. And, I'm just thinking like, hey, it stings, it hurts, but whatever. I run again. Like my hand is just, I can't really move it. But I'm like, I'm going to shake it off. That adrenaline move, I'm running. Oh, yeah. I make another tackle, bam. And I'm like, this ain't right, man. Something's wrong. I stay out there. I'm shaking it off, but it feels like my arm is swelling. I'm like, man, this dude hit me hard. And I run and make a sack, bro. And like my hand, I can't even close it. And I remember going to the sideline, they take me to the back, bro. My radius bone in my forearm was broken, bro. Like, snapped. And I'm, but that adrenaline, man, and then, bro, back then you're made to be tough, man. Tough people do it. Tough people stay on the field.
Right.
You don't make the team in the tub. Like that was the biggest thing. And you just, your mindset was different, man. Nowadays, bro, these guys cough wrong. They coming on the sideline.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
What they do to that arm to get, obviously they just split it up or do something to it.
Yeah, that sucked. I went back, man. I was done. They took me out of the game. I couldn't go back. Because it was snapped in half, man. And the stupid thing was, I guess they thought I was going to fly back with the team, but my whole family was down, so they put a cast on me, which I'm guessing they were going to cut it off once we got back. But I stayed. This was a bowl game. This was the last football game of my college career. And I stayed down in Orlando. And, man, for 3 days, bro, my arm has swollen in the cast. And it was the worst pain I've had, I think, probably in my life, man. And I'd have been through a lot of surgeries. But it was the worst ever until they took it off. Yeah.
I bet. Hey, Matthias, real quick, where are we on time for this first half?
18 minutes, so we still have time.
Yeah, cool. So talk to me. Remember a story about Burger King? Talk to me.
Man. Yeah, man. This is like, I put this in my book, man, because it was, a lot of people think it's, it's not real, but bro, everything I said was real, man. That guy I told you about that just laughed at me, called me fat, slow, weak, all that stuff in front of the crowd, man. I remember, anytime I was on the field, bro, and I was tired, man, that dude would flash in my mind. And I'm telling you, man, I do one more rep, I go one more 100, go do one more gasser. I was obsessed with proving this dude wrong, man. And I remember getting drafted into the NFL, man, and got my first new car, bro. It was, unbelievable car, TVs in it, the nice rims, everything I wanted in the car, bro. Now in my life, I think was stupid, but that's a whole nother thing. But I got the car, bro, and I couldn't wait to show it to friends and family back home. And I drive home, and in my hometown, bro, only thing we had was a Burger King. So I grew up on that. I still love Burger King. I ate it yesterday. It was crazy. I ate something yesterday, man. But I get to my hometown, man, and I see Burger King. I pull over in the Burger King, man. I'm ordering up stuff, and I get to the drive-through window, and it's that guy, the one who called me all those names, fat, slow, weak, all that stuff, man. And I remember, bro, it was the best validation ever in this world And the craziest thing is he didn't remember any of it, man. But I remember it just like it was yesterday. And he's talking to me and all this stuff. And I was like, whatever, man, you know. But it was one of the best feelings in the world, proving this dude wrong or just making it, man. But, you know, I truly believe, man, you know, in this lifetime, bro, God puts things in your life, man, that will take you to a level that you need to go, where he needs you to be, you know.
Yeah, 100%, man.
You know, I mean, people have a lot of loss in their life, bro, and it's terrible. But, you know, through that loss, people become, you know, doctors, lawyers, or whatever that field may be. But that loss drove them, or that lack of ever having any money when they were smaller, it drives them to want to do greater things in this world and give back and give opportunities to other people because of that lack they had when they were younger. Or, you know, I mean, it's so many things that motivate you, bro. And that one thing in my life, it motivated me to a different level, trying to prove so many people wrong.
Yeah, I'll share this story with you, Fish.
Mm-hmm.
There's a gentleman back, I don't know if you ever heard of him, back in the day, a dude named Anthony Clark. He was like, as a teenager, I think he bench pressed like 600 pounds, and he was like in the world's strongest man contest and all this stuff. But as a young
teenager,
kid, I mean, he's old, like he's older than us. But so quick version of the story: when he was a kid, he was like horribly, like physically abused in his home, like bad.
Mm-hmm.
And like, but he got the word, you know, he got out of that situation, and the older gentleman put the seed in his head. He said, "Hey, Anthony, if you can survive that, you can accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. Something, you know, whatever." Gave him a positive message, planting that seed in his head. So Anthony Clark made a living on being one of the strongest men in the world. I saw the dude one time pick up the back of a station wagon, run 20 yards, and like hurl the thing forward. So he made his living by giving, you know, he was on a kind of a similar path that you're on right now. He would go give motivational speeches, encourage kids, and one of his biggest like mantras was, "We're not born winners or losers, we're born choosers. Every day's a choice, and what you do, you know, just get back on that." Now he was like, he kind of died suddenly, maybe I forget the exact year, some kind of like unforeseen accident. But you know, once that fire was lit, man, he shared it with everybody. He was very positive, and he had just like you said, sometimes their upbringings or things that happened in the past are kind of hellish, kind of brutal, but it's no excuse for not like moving forward and like being that positive light. So I just thought you might appreciate hearing that.
Hey, Corey, man, look, bro, when, you know, people deal with things different ways, man. Some people fall and they lay on the ground and they complain and they cry and they blame everybody else for the things they're going through. And then you have the opposite spectrum, man. They fall, they get right back up, and all right, how can I not ever fall again? How can I move forward? How can I do bigger and better things? And they work on it and they learn a craft. They do whatever they have to do to never be back on that ground again, man. And if they do, they know how to get back up again and keep getting back up. That's the key to life, bro. Get up one more time and you fall, man. That's, you know, but so many people fall, man, and they lay there. You know?
Fall down 7, get up 8. We're going to wrap this first segment up with Rocky Balboa. It's not how hard you hit, it's how hard you can get hit and keep going, baby. Yes, so let's take a quick break. I know Matia's going to have some questions for you. I got a bunch of other things to talk to you about. So we're going to take a quick break and pick it up a minute. Ramp Fiend Radio, the hits for your fix.